All right, so guys, in Genshin, all right, I has created something for you guys because I love you, and we're getting really close to 100,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, and I wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to do so in a form that would make everything much easier for you guys. So we're about 93,000 subscribers as I'm making this video, so thank you guys for all the love and support on the channel, and I want to do this prior to hitting 100,000 subscribers as my thank you to you guys for all the love and support that you've given me. So going into my accounts, I have 330 wits, 497 Venture XP, and of course 654 Wanderers XP. And I got a lot of these from the most recent event, which is the Hydra event for Rodeo, or whatever it may be. And I got me thinking that a lot of people are getting to the point in the game where they have a lot of characters on their account and they start leveling up those characters, and they're getting to a point where they're starting to get close to maxing a lot of them, but not all of them. And while I was doing the event, I actually had a thought, is that at a certain point, hero wits are gonna have a far lower value than anything else going forward. And the reason I thought that is because I was looking at the total amount of wits that you're going to have over time, the amount of wits that we get every single month, and the amount of wits that are going to be coming in going forward. I created a spreadsheet so you guys can calculate your missing wits and etc. So you guys can actually calculate how many you have left over. So on my account, I have a lot of characters that I want to build out. On my free-to-play account, actually, I don't have a lot of characters. And because I don't have a lot of characters and every person in the game has a different amount of characters, what I did is create a spreadsheet for you guys to see exactly what you would need in total resources for every character in the game. Because I have a level of characters that are partially leveled and not completely maxed in my account, I created a wit calculator and Mora calculator for you guys, so you guys can actually calculate the total amount of wits and Mora that you would need on your account. Yes, I will share the spreadsheet. I'll show you guys in the video exactly how to use it first. Okay, so first off, if I have a level 70 of 80 character, I'm just gonna take any level 70 of 80 character, and I did not calculate the 70 of 80s and 60 of 80s and put those in here. What you should do right here is make it really simple. If it's 60 of 70, just make it 60 of 60. The Mora cost at the end is the only thing that's going to be off. The Mora cost is the only difference, okay? You can add in some other Mora costs and etc. If you're missing Ascension, I can add in another table later on for like the 60 of 70s and add in different brackets, but that's just a small amount of Mora for Ascension. That's different, so don't worry about that, Mark. But if it's 60 of 70 versus 60 of 60, the same Mora cost applies, because the Mora cost for ascending a character at low Ascension is very, very low. That's why I only kept the last one, because that's only 120 at the last one. Okay, so if you're 70 of 80, consider this to be of 70 of 70 for the wit cost. Let's see here. I have 3 characters at 70 of 70. We'll take this one also as a Jin Yang, which is like 73. I'll take that as another character as 70 of 70. So we're going to put 4 characters here of level 90 characters here. So level 80 characters, I got 6 here, and I got 1 here, and I got 0 here. So now I can see the total characters I have 16. The wits that I need is 4,600 here. If I wanted to max every character in the game, I'm going to need 22 million more to max every single character in the game in my box on my entirely free-to-play account. So that's what I would require in order to max every character. But to go even step further, because I know a lot of you guys are not going to maximize all these characters, but you might ascend them later on, you will actually only need 1900 XP to get them to 80 of 90. So you take significantly less, and it goes down to 12 million Mora. Now, what's really interesting is that the last 10 levels that you get on a character are not necessary for any character in the game to do damage. Barbara, chill. Barbara, chill. Are not super necessary for damage. So you save about 10 million Mora, and because as you can see, about 2,300 wits. So on an entirely free-to-play account, you can actually change all the numbers and make it really, really easy for yourself to figure out exactly where you would get to maximize your character, get them at 80 and 90 ascended. And if you wanted to not ascend them at all, it actually takes just 120,000 less minus all these values per character, which I can create another whole nother column here for etc. And just get that all done for you if you really need to at another point. But it's really not that much more a difference for the total value of Mora here. Now the amount of resin cost that you're gonna have over here is gonna be vastly different, but the Mora cost over here, if it's only 120,000 per character, it's not gonna be like so different. All right, because it was asked, we'll do as a we're gonna go add in a resin cost total. All right, I added the resin cost total as well for what you would need for total resin spent here. To make it easier for you guys to figure out exactly how many wits you have, what I also did was went ahead and made a wit calculator for you guys so you can find all the total amount of wits that you have. So you know that every wit is equal, every blue XP book, which is one of these XP books over here. One of these is worth a 1/4 of this book, and this is worth 1/20th. So I actually created a wit calculator to see how many wits you have in your account, to see how many more you need to farm, etc. And what I'll also do as time goes on is I'll add to this spreadsheet, and then you can get it at your leisure. So to add to this spreadsheet, I'm also going to be adding talent stuff, etc. to this. What you do is you make a copy of this spreadsheet, and then you'll be able to use it yourself and be able to use it at your own leisure. The link to the spreadsheet will be pinned in my Discord in the general tab. So if you want to join my Discord, link to that in the description below so you guys can join the Discord. That's my nice little way to join the community, and you'll get the spreadsheet at your leisure. Okay, now the reason I thought this all mattered is because of how the math kind of works out for what we get every single month. So when a new character comes out, you're going to need a certain amount of wits, certain amount of Mora, etc. to level them up. Every 1.5 months, you're either going to need enough wits to level 1 character or 2 characters. And if you do that, there's a whole amount that you're going to need per month. Every patch that we get from Mihoyo lasts for 1.5 months, so you need a different amount of value. So if 2 characters come out, you need a total of 842 wits to fully max them, or 561 wits per month. If they come out with 1 character, however, you only need 280 wits to max a character per month, which is really interesting. Now, what's also good, if you wanted to know this, if you go to a character and get a character leveled up to level 80 of 90, you actually only need 498 wits for 2 characters, which is actually 332 wits per month. And for 1 character, you're only going to need 253 wits or 169 wits per month. The reason these kind of values matter is because, again, you're going to need a certain amount of wits that you need all your characters done, but you don't want to go over that value too much, because then you're just start going into the territory where your wits are kind of not necessary and you're over farming your wits and wasting your resin. So what I also did is I calculated the amount of wits and Mora that Mihoyo gives us every single month from certain types of events, as well as battle passes, etc. And for every single month throughout the game, we've had different varying rewards for events. So I did not include them into this calculation, because that you can actually just try to figure out month to month and change it based on what you need. So this is a forever spreadsheet. You can actually plug in your own values, and these values will actually change based on those values. So if you got like 3 wits, you can add that in. So I left these totally blank. So I'll just add in 0 here and 0 here, and I'll change the values of the spreadsheet so they will actually follow that. All right, so if you know the exact amount that you get from events, etc., then you can just put these in here and say, boom, there's 20 wits from events, and you put that in there. So I just left them at 0 now. So if you know the total amount of Mora and wits that you get for a month during the events, you can just add them into these total values and know what you're getting every single month. This will actually help you out in planning your total wits and Mora that you're going to have for the month, and figure out exactly what you're going to need month to month. So the thing that matters here the most, which I thought was really interesting, is the battle pass value is actually greater than I actually thought. And the reason I thought that the battle pass value was so big was because of the amount of wits, more XP, and all the other things you get out of it. But the reason the battle pass is so valuable is because of this number right here. Now, we mentioned before that the battle pass will give you 207 or 208 wits per month, basically, to just out of the battle pass and all the other things that you do throughout the game without even adding in events. And if that's the case, it only for 1 character to level up at 1 character per month, it's going to take you to get them to 80 of 90, only 169 wits, which means you have a total of 39 wits just kind of left over that you're just sitting on. And because you're sitting on about 39 wits per month that you can just do whatever you want with, those extra 39 wits can be put toward 90 a character every few months if you want to, or just deciding if you want to farm a couple of ley lines here and there for farming another character, whatever it may be. And it was really interesting to me, because this showed me that there actually is a point in the game where hero wits are significantly less valuable than Mora. And that point in the game is actually rapidly approaching because of the amount of characters that we have left to level up. So if you're in a situation right now where you've started to level your character, you've played for about 6-7 months or so, and you on my free-to-play account, you can see I only need 1,923 wits left over. On my Battle Pass account, this is going to be very different, and I'm actually going to get to a point where farming wits is actually not necessary. Battle Pass and Welkin account, which I've actually had significantly less time on. I actually was looking at the total amount of wits that I needed for leveling up every character in the game, and I need about 5,694 wits total, which is 27 million Mora. But to get all my characters to 80 of 90, I need 2,426 wits and 14 million Mora, which is much lower than I thought I would actually need. And that's every character in my entire box to get them all of 80 of 90. So if I wanted to level every character in the game, this is the value of wits that I should farm to, or actually close to that value. But the reason I shouldn't go all the way to this value, or even close, like seemingly to this value, is because going beyond this value, my wits become less valuable because of the amount of wits that we get from Mihoyo per month. Seeing how with a battle pass before events, we're getting 207 wits with a battle pass to level up all my characters, or whatever characters you have, you shouldn't level beyond that point once you get all your characters to 80 or 90. So if I end up ever getting 2,400 wits on my account, this is the cap point where I should actually stop farming wits basically forever. And what I thought was really interesting is every whale and battle pass player are getting to this point eventually where hero wits are a thing that you shouldn't farm. And this video I was hoping to make out for you guys so that I can actually save you a ton of resin and help you guys out in the future so that you guys don't over farm for hero wits. At this point, again, this 207 we get per month does not even include the amount of wits we get for events, which could be upwards of, let's say, 50 wits per month. Let's just say we get 50 wits, hero wits per month out of just any event, and just say 2 million Mora just randomly as just random numbers. That's 146 wits that you would get on a completely free-to-play account, and 257 wits that you would get in total per month overall on other things. So I'm just saying, if we get that many wits per month, if it was 50 wits per month, that is almost enough to level 1.5 characters to level 90. And I thought that was really, really interesting to level any characters you want per patch. You're going to have a significant amount of hero wits, but you don't want to over farm your wits. This will save you hundreds and hundreds of resin over time at the super late game. So hopefully you end up not farming too many. I recommend you probably get to a point where not all your characters are 80 of 90 max, or get to the point where you're just before that, and then you would probably just stop farming hero wits entirely if you can, and then just go on to farming Mora and everything else so that you don't over farm your hero wits. Mora is something that has infinite value. You're always going to need it for artifact rerolling, etc. You're going to need it for ascension, whatever it may be. Mora will always have more value than wits, so please don't over farm the wits. This is just a table based on that information. The total amount of boss materials that I need to get for any character, wits, Mora, etc., is going to tell you the total amount of wits that you're going to have for your account and what you've actually used so far. So on this account, I can see I have 1, 2, 3 Animo characters. So I just type in 3 for Animo characters and see the total wits I would need. This is just an easy spreadsheet where you can just type in whatever value that you need for the total of my characters. Now, I didn't do it per level bracket and everything. I just wanted to show you guys that this is what you could do for like different breakdowns. If you just get a character, what's going to cost of each type of materials, or how, if you have like a couple different materials for characters, how many crystals you need, how many boss materials you need, etc. This is a really easy resource for that. So if you have, say, 1 pyro character, 2 cryo characters to build out, 3 geo characters, 2 hydro characters, and 1 electro character to build out, this will like show you from scratch, if you haven't leveled them at all, what you'll need in order to like level up each character for boss materials, etc., and all the nice things that you'll need for how many boss materials you actually need to farm for the entire game. To add to the spreadsheet, so we all have the same information so you guys can do everything. I think talent materials would be a cool thing to add into the spreadsheet, but let me know what you guys would like me to add to this in the comment section down below, so you guys can have a spreadsheet and other information, so you guys can add to it, change different things around. I can do layers to it, etc. And whatever is best for you. But let me know what would be best for you guys and what you would like to see in this spreadsheet in the comment section down below. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Okay, it's been a few days since I made this. I added 2 different things. I added the Oceanid event details, so you can actually just see what you got during the Ocean event, how many days if you farmed it. It's not a calculator per se, I just put it in the value so you can actually just see it. And then I also added in a boss run resin calculator. What this shows you is like how many runs that you're gonna have to do at a boss run, like for the 47 boss runs for 40 resin, to get the materials you're gonna need. And this is averaged at 2.5 per run, I think it is. So the resin cost right here is averaged at about 2.5 boss drop materials per run. So you can see how much resin you're going to need to level up all your characters on your account versus anything else. So you can actually compare these values of resin to other things. I also had these values here actually auto-populate from the values up here too. So if you change anything up here, it will automatically pre-fill down here, so you don't have to type them in twice. So it'll just automatically pull down for you. If you want anything else, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll start adding to this regularly. We get again, we get a lot of views and likes on this video. I'll then boost everything enormously and get you guys more love here. Subscribe, all the fun stuff. Thanks for the road to 100,000. We're at like 93,000, so hopefully in the next month or so we'll hit 100,000. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys. All right, if you guys like this video and you want more videos like this, let me know, because we might do how many wishes that you get per month. And this will not include just total primo gem calculation. This will actually calculate the total amount of wishes that you get per month, both on a battle pass account, free account, and what you can actually get overall on the total amount of summons that you get per month. And it'll spread them out into different categories, etc. And it'll give you everything you need. So if you want that video, leave me comments in the comment section below. Drop a like. Let me know. I'll drop, if we get this video to 5,000 likes, I will do it. But have a great day, guys.